what exactly do you put on the copyright page of your book? Last week we talked about how to formally file for copyright for your book, but that's just half the step. The final step is actually putting in a copyright page into your book, and that can get a little complicated. I've published many books now, and I've learned over the years that there's many different things that you can add to the copyright page of your book. So for that reason, I'm going to be going through my own personal copyright page section by section with you to explain why I have certain things on my copyright page and some suggestions of what I think you should do for your own copyright page. Hello everyone, my name is Mandy. I'm an author, the creator of the Book Launch Planner series, and I also have courses on book cover design and book formatting. I make weekly videos on the business of being an author, so if that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a new upload. You can also join as a YouTube member to get early access to videos as well as behind the scenes content. So first things first, before we start going through everything, I'm just going to say that everything I talk about today is a suggestion. There's very few things that are absolutely required for your copyright page, and I'll mention those as we get to them. But most of what I talk about today is just best practices. There's no one standing there saying you have to put this on your copyright page. These are just some suggestions I have for you. So the first section of your copyright page should be the actual copyright notice. This is where you have the title of your book, you have who owns the copyright, and that lovely copyright symbol. This is just making a copyright notice that we filed the book for copyright. Again, if you want to learn how to formally file your book for copyright in the United States, make sure to watch the video I posted last week, which is a full step-by-step tutorial on how to file for copyright. The next section that I suggest is the work of fiction statement. This is just a few sentences that state that the book is a work of fiction, that names are made up, places are made up, or anything that is similar to something in real life is coincidental. I'll show you my work of fiction statement on screen here. Obviously, this is only if your book is a novel. If it's a non-fiction book, you're not going to have this, but for a fictional book, you do want this. And when you apply it to your own book, make sure to tweak the sentencing wording just a little bit, because you don't want to verbatim copy and paste someone else's statement, because technically it's copyrighted. In the next section is the ISBN. Now, I personally put all the ISBNs for one title on my copyright page. So for example, I'll have the ISBN for the ebook, the ISBN for the paperback, and the ISBN for the hardcover, all on the same copyright page. This just makes it easier during the formatting process, because otherwise you're gonna have to change the ISBN for every single format of the book. I personally don't feel like doing that, and I use the same exact copyright page for every single format of my book. You don't have to list all the ISBNs for one edition. That's just something I do personally. The only thing you absolutely need is the one ISBN for the one edition that you're printing. So if it's the paperback edition of the book, you have to have the ISBN on the copyright page for the paperback edition. You don't need all the other ISBNs, but you can put it there and you won't get in trouble. The next section you're going to want to include is the all rights reserved statement. This is just basically reiterating the copyright notice that's at the top of the book, and it's just saying that you own the rights to the book, and that if someone wants to use quotes from the book, they have to contact you, or that they can't use quotes from the book. Again, just look at other copyright pages of other books and you'll kind of get an idea for the verbiage that you're looking for. And again, please do not copy and paste exactly verbatim what you see on other copyright pages. Just kind of tweak it a little to fit your needs. The next section that I have on my copyright page is publisher information. This is something that I just recently added to my copyright page. So if you actually look at my older books, you won't see any publisher information, but now going forward, you will see publisher information. This all happened because when I was researching on publishing my book and using Kickstarter to publish my book, I learned about something called EU compliance, and that there's some certain rules about printing and shipping your book to other countries that I didn't know about before that now I know about. And one of those things is just having the publisher information on the copyright page to make it EU compliant. To be totally honest, I don't fully understand, but what I do understand that this means listing the publisher name, address, and email. So that is what I did. And as a self-published author, and as an author who doesn't want their public address everywhere, I use a P.O. box and a business email. The next section I just recently added is an AI notice section on my copyright page. This is just something that Authors Guild suggested that we do to somewhat combat AI training. Basically, it's just this little notice that you can put on your book copyright page stating that your book cannot be used to train AI models. Is that going to stop big companies from using your book to train AI models? Absolutely not. I do not think it'll help in the slightest. But on the other hand, it puts into writing the fact that you said, I do not want you to use my book for AI training. That way, if you find proof that your book is being used for AI training, you can kind of use that in a lawsuit, basically saying like, not only is the book copywritten, but also I put in my book that you can't use this for AI training. Is it going to do anything? Truly, I don't know. I'm just doing this as a suggestion from the Authors Guild, but it's not going to hurt you to have it on your book copyright page. So why not put it? On that same note, I also have a note stating that no AI was used in creating my book. Now, I think it's a bit ridiculous that this is something I even have to state, but these days AI is everywhere, and I think if you are not using AI to produce your book, that you should put that in your copyright page just to give your readers reassurance, because sometimes readers are more likely to read and support an author who they know does not use AI. The next section of my copyright page is Freelancer credit, and this is just giving credit to any freelancers that helped create your book. Now, I don't put credit to the editors of my book on this page. I put credit to my editors in the acknowledgement section of my book. However, on the copyright page, I put credit to the designers. In my case, it's my illustrator, the person who illustrated my book cover, and then I also list my own company as the book formatter because my own company used to do freelance book formatting for other authors, so it was kind of like free advertisement. Now I just put it there as habit. And this isn't something that's required, but I feel like it's just good practice to give credit to any freelancers that are helping in the design process on the copyright page. I don't put my editors there just because if you look at other books published by traditional publishers, they never list the editors on the copyright page, but they do list cover designers on the copyright page and sometimes book formatters, but typically it's done in-house at the publishing company. And the last thing I put is websites. In my case, it's my publisher website, stoneridgebooks.com, and my author website, mandylynnbell.com. And this is just giving people a way to access more information, and they can also contact you if they need to. But also you technically have your email listed under the publisher information as well. Again, this is all just suggestions and best practices of what to put on your copyright page. If you have any other suggestions, let me know in the comments down below. Really, the most important thing is your book title, the copyright symbol with who owns the copyright, and the ISBN. Anyways, that is going to be it for this video. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe. I'll see you all in the next one.